Hey everyone, welcome back to Minute on the Mountain. We are away for a real quick overnighter. My second overnighter of the year. I was able to get away back in January down to the Swell. I'll put a little link in this video for that if you want to go check that video out. That was a pretty cold night. I am down in Carbon County and I'm actually in a developed campground. I normally don't ever stay in an actual designated campground. I just go to National Forest or BLM land, and I guess the term is boondock it. But I really didn't see any good pullouts where I'm at, and I couldn't see if it said camping in designated areas only. Every now and then you find a spot that says that. So anyway, I paid the 15 bucks. Here's the campsite. I got a picnic table here, got the fire ring over there. I've got my tent set up already. And I'm gonna go ahead and get a quick shed hunt in. I've got about 2.5 to 3 hours of daylight. So I'm gonna shed hunt for about 3 hours tonight, and then I can shed hunt for about 4 hours in the morning before I have to get back home. So when I get back from tonight's shed hunt, we'll cook a backpacker's meal. I brought mashed potatoes and gravy with beef. I'll give you the old taste test on that and see what we think. Thanks for coming along, guys. We're gonna work through this burn area and then back around to a different south-facing slope. This fire was either in 2020 or 2021, I can't remember. I think it was 2 years ago. Finally got out to the edge of this ridge. I've been side hilling about, probably 80 yards from the top. And the slope is mostly south facing, kind of southeast. Just got up here on the top overlooking this next deep canyon. Look at that view. That's awesome. I may be too high. There's the first sign I've seen in a while. So part of it may just be I'm too high. We didn't have much of a winter this year, so I kind of thought higher would be better, but I don't know. And I'm just not familiar with this area. Never hiked here before. This is all new area for me. So I'm gonna skirt this north-facing slope now up into that meadow above, and then make a big loop back around. Beautiful up here. We're going to start circling around and heading back to camp. Got about 2 hours of daylight left. Earlier I think I said I had about 2.5 to 3, but I didn't realize it wasn't as late as I thought. I had about 4 hours. It gets dark about 8 o'clock right now. It was 4 p.m. when I started hiking. It's about 10 after 6 right now. And I'd like to get dinner started when there's still a little bit of daylight out, since I'm going to film it. So I'm going to work just around this big bowl here, around the edge of this canyon, and then camps on the other side of that ridge across from us. So, see if we can see anything as we're side hilling over there. Still working our way around this canyon, working this side hill over here, and then camps over there. Came across this can. I've seen a couple of cans. I haven't picked any up yet. And I always try to pick up at least 1 or 2 pieces of trash when I'm on the mountain. So we're going to grab this and throw it in the pack and keep going. Don't be that guy or be that gal. If you bring it in, pack it out, guys. got the old 2-burner Coleman. Water has just come to a boil. And I don't have my little handle for this pot anymore. I lost it years ago, so I just use a multi-tool. So I'm going to set this GoPro to the side and dump it in. Alright, let's get this stirred up. Alright, Backpacker's Pantry, mashed potatoes and gravy. Here goes the taste test. It's pretty blah. Should have brought some seasoning to put in it, or some Tabasco or some sriracha. It's edible. I'd give it, on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 5, maybe a 6. Morning, everyone. Just going to make my final walk through where I camped to make sure I didn't leave anything. Make sure there's no trash. That's where my tent was, right down there. And here's a picnic table. I didn't start a fire last night, so I know there's nothing over there. Just kind of mainly checking around this picnic table and stuff, make sure I didn't drop anything. Alright. Left it better than we found it. Got 3 cans in the back of the truck that I picked up. 2 on the hike and 1 laying around this camp spot. So we're all packed up and ready to go. I'm going to go to a different place to shed hunt today. I just did not see any sign, or very little sign, yesterday on that hike we took. Very few tracks even. So I'm going to drive up a little bit further north and see if we can find us a better spot, but still in Carbon County. Wish us luck. We're about 3/4 of a mile into this morning hike in an area that I came down to last year, but was one ridge over, and a little creek beneath us. You might be able to hear it in the GoPro. It's just kind of barely flowing. Not a lot of water in it, which means it doesn't get a lot of water in it because this would be the time of the year it'd be high. But I want to I'm going to stay on this ridge here, the south facing ridge, until I get to that point up there. I don't know if you can see it. And then I'm going to work back up across, get up on top of that, and work all that up in those pines. So wish me luck. Got a real pretty little cascade waterfall here. Pretty little spot, all that green grass right there. If it wasn't so early in the hike, it'd be a nice place to sit down and have a snack, but I got to get going to get where I want to get. Making our way back to the truck. Just stopped to get a snack, get some salt in me and some water. It is so pretty up here. I can't believe we haven't found anything. It's got a lot of sage. Now some of it's short and probably was buried in the winter with snow, but some of it's tall. And then there's some pines. We've got even a little grove of aspen over here. There's a lot more sign today than the hike I had yesterday. Yesterday, I didn't expect to find anything. I only saw a handful of sets of tracks, not very many droppings. But today I've seen a lot of sign. I mean, I wouldn't say the mountain's covered in it, but I've seen a fair amount. I've busted 4 deer today. I busted a little herd of about 9 elk right over on the other side of those aspen. So we still have the hike back. I mean, I'm not giving up. We might find something. Man, I thought we would have by now. So this is north, back towards Soldier Summit, just to give you an idea of where I am. And snack for right now is Cool Ranch flavored wheat thins. So I finish this little baggie and we'll get back on the trail. Figured this is probably the prettiest spot on the hike to do the Minute on the Mountain. Comes from Psalm 105, beginning in verse 1. Give praise to the Lord, proclaim his name, make known among the nations what he has done. I just want to challenge, it's going to be a short one. Make known to someone else this week what God has done in your life. It could be the salvation he provided for you through Jesus Christ, could be the new job you got, could be your spouse. Whatever it is, I'm sure God has done something in your life this week. Tell somebody else about it. That's the Minute on the Mountain for today. We're almost back to the truck. I got about a mile left. It's going to be right about a 7-mile hike today. And it looks like we got skunked again. So that's 2 trips in a row we got skunked. Hopefully we can break that pattern. Thanks for coming along, guys.